In this video, I will be going over the flow of the kindergarten through third grade gathering. After the 5-minute countdown ends, leaders can go and find a seat in the gathering area in the designated seating. We have designated leader seating intentionally placed throughout our seating area so that there's always a leader close by to students. If students around you are causing a distraction or disrupting the gathering, please feel free to gently redirect them to what is happening in the gathering. So if a student next to you or around you is talking a lot, or maybe they're pushing their chair around, or they're kicking the person in front of them, something like that, all the things that kids do, take a moment to gently tap them on the shoulder and remind them to be paying attention to what's happening on the stage. Kids are going to follow the example of the leaders and the adults in the room. So the more that we are engaged, the more that they will be engaged. And since that's our goal, that means that we need to be engaged. I can't tell you how many times where I have been engaging in worship and I'll open my eyes to look around me and I'll see a student off to the side who is copying what I'm doing and looking up at me and raising their hands and just watching everything that I'm doing. We need to be the ones setting the example of what it looks like to be a follower of Jesus. This is your chance to be a kid again. So have fun in the gathering. When the speaker asks a question, yell out your answer. Participate in the games. Cheer on the teams that are playing in the games. And engage in worship. We want to make it fun, and we want to have fun doing it. So have a great time and be a kid again. The gathering will contain the following elements. There will be an icebreaker at the beginning. This will be something like head, shoulders, knees, and toes, or maybe some kind of silly dance that kids do, or maybe it's just a question that they ask their neighbor. After that, we will have announcements and offering. Announcements will talk about things that we have upcoming that kids can look forward to, and then we will also take an offering, and we'll talk about what our offering goes to for that week. After that, we will have game time. We will most likely do stage games most of the time, so we'll choose a few students from the audience to participate in those games. We might even ask you, the leader, to help us choose some students who would be great to participate in the game. We like to choose students who are listening, paying attention, and doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. After that, we will have worship. Worship in K through 3rd is going to be motion worship, which means there's going to be a video playing on the screen. We might have a few kids and an adult leader on stage who are also participating, but the video on the screen will have some motions and the words that go with the song so that kids can follow along. We ask you as the leaders in the room to engage with these motions and to sing the songs with all of your heart. After worship time, we will move to the message. Now, the message might look different every week. It could contain a video teaching, or it could contain a live speaker, or it could be both. We'll just see how it goes from week to week. After the message, there will be a response time. Response time will be a time where we can pray with students about their prayer requests, and we can pray with them if they choose that they want to give their life to Jesus. This can be a really powerful time. We'll ask a few leaders who are comfortable to come up to the front of the stage and be available to pray with students. Clipboards will be provided and will contain the following things. There will be a sheet on the clipboard that is a place for you to write down prayer requests. We like to write down kids' prayer requests because we include them in an email that we send out to our prayer team each and every week. You've probably received some of those emails. I like to point out to kids that we have a team of people praying over them throughout the week. And so when they give a prayer request, when they're bold enough to come forward with a prayer request, there are people actively praying over those requests. It also gives us a chance to celebrate with kids if their prayers have been answered. Also on that clipboard will be Life to Jesus cards. So if a student decides that they want to give their life to Jesus, you can fill out that card, and it's a way for them to remember that they prayed the prayer of salvation and to celebrate that they prayed the prayer of salvation, that they gave their life to Jesus. We like to tell students in this moment that this is the most important decision that they can make in their lives, and it's the best decision that they can make in their lives. So really take a moment to encourage them and tell them what a good thing that they're doing. The bottom of that card tears off. I will ask you to tear off the bottom of that card, write the student's first and last name on that card, and then hand it to the coordinator at the end of the gathering. This is our way of keeping track of who has given their life to Jesus. We like to follow up with them throughout the week after they've prayed that prayer, and this just helps us to keep track of that. Students can take the top part of that card, again, just as a way to remember that they prayed that prayer, and they can tuck it in their Bible, or maybe their mom has a scrapbook or baby book or something that she wants to keep it in. On one side of that card, there will be some next steps for parents. So just some ways that parents can disciple their kids at home after they have chosen to give their life to Jesus.